Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Speed Gaming Prime. This is the Final Fantasy I Randomizer SGLive Speed Gaming Live 2024 online tournament portion of the exercise. We've got two matches tonight. It's a double header. We've got a lower bracket round 2, which is Windfox versus Clementitas. And we've got an upper bracket round 4, which is Aelmarkin versus Saracen. That is our match. Alongside me in the booth tonight is our tracker, Melkin89, and thank you very much for tracking, and my co-commentator, Thavion Hawk. How we doing tonight, Thavion?
I do well, as I hope you do too. We are looking, as you said, against two races on one stream. Currently, Ale versus Saracen in the upper bracket, and Lynn Fox versus Clementitas in the lower bracket. They all have the same seed, though, and they are getting a ninja, 2 black mages, and a knight. Looking back at our blursings, that means they are getting a free herb from the fighter, adamant from that thief, and 2 loots, double instrumentalist from the black mage. Those fighters coming with clean magic, which is handy. The thief slash ninja having +5 luck because it's not lucky enough. And then the black mages both have protection from Ed, in this case earth and death magic. We will not see, well, we do not see, we could see, we have recruiting enabled, the black belt with a cube in hand as well as equipped shields. The red mage, which comes with the Oxale for free and has protection from poison, earth, death, time, and space. And then the white mage with a bottle in hand and has the auto cast of all A spells. So if they learn an A lit, A mute, whatnot spell at the start of each combat, it automatically is cast on them with no charge used, which is a new flag. It's quite handy.
I didn't know some of those new flags. That's really handy.
Yep, it's similar to the previously existing and still existing to my knowledge, fast cast steel armor for the knight. So if you were to equip the steel armor to a knight that has that skill, they would immediately get fast casted on them at the start of each battle, as well as the wood armor evade set flag or blursing, where you could equip all the wood helm, shield, and armor to a character and it would get a stack of evasion almost equal to a couple ruse casts.
Yes, the S is actually a status.
Ah, that makes more sense because they already have time and spaces and whatever. I should point out.
It could be worse. It could be strange.
Well, what is strange?
Just to make a physics reference. The strange and charm quarks.
You know, I'm fine with my up and downs. Speaking of up and downs, our race is currently set up top side running and bottom side running for Ale Saracen and Windfox Clementitas. Thank you to Speed Gaming for hosting this race, and we're still getting things cropped in thanks to their volunteers. White magic.
We've got a fade at level 1 that is knight learnable, no less.
Yep, they have white cast ability because they have pre-promotion on their starting party. They also start at level 10, which is going to make them, well, have charges sooner than later. They still have to get to level 15 or higher to get charges on the knight and the black belt, or knight and the ninja. And that was a hint about the crown. I did not catch exactly what the crown was, or where the crown was located, though.
I as well missed that.
We do have a scimitar for weapons, so that knight or that ninja. It's nice to see.
It is an elf. It is that herb turn-in.
Well, that's a relatively good proximity turn-in. Get the chain taken care of sooner than later. Ale going D-line.
We have, as I recall, no loose items.
Correct, and wow, Astos was very thin. Ale, or not Astos, Garland was very thin.
And that was a light axe. There's a canoe out of the king. Pure potion and wood armor, or wood helm. And I missed what Sarah had, but...
We have the canoe and the crystal, so that's crystal turn in, run to Provoca and talk to Bicky, and then all the way back to get that adamant check, and to get the herb into the crown check. So there's a lot of inner sea access, and with that canoe, that gives them access to ice and crescent. I was hoping the canoe would come in late, but they get it early. That just makes them higher probability of variable routing, so more fun for us.
Yeah.
Cheap houses, oh my word.
That was not quite the best. That's a canal. We still don't have a ship, but... silver helm, some cash, and a house.
That house is nice, but those houses rolled 914 for sale. That's actually really cheap.
That's pretty cheap. That's a nice housing market. So I mentioned Ale did not do that routing optimally, and that gives me an opportunity to talk about safe square, the safe tiles, and the encounter table, which is a favorite topic of mine. So the tile as you get into or out of the canoe, the dock tiles, any fixed encounter tiles are all what are called safe tiles. They do not advance the encounter table. The encounter table, consider a deck of 256 cards. Every step that you take on a tile that is not a safe tile, it takes a card off the top. You will get a fixed number of encounters in that 256. That is Rod from Bicky. That is a nice find. That will open up a lot of stuff. There's an ice too. There's a sweeper. There's a reliable sweeper, I should say.
Yeah, we saw the Bane used to deal with Bicky's Pirates by Ale, and that was a Womp hint, I believe. Or was that the instrument hint? Is that Bugle?
That is the instrument hint, yes.
Well, that means the slab is a dead end effectively because they have 2 loots in hand.
So, you'll get a fixed number of encounters that will be at a fixed place in the encounter table. So if you know where your encounters are, you can save a hard reset, which is the equivalent of turn the power off and back on again, will take you back to the beginning of the table. A soft reset, the equivalent of hitting the reset button, will keep you at the same place in the table. So you can, in fact, burn off a couple of encounters if you get, say, a really nasty encounter right at the start of a dungeon.
Hail, 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 the Hooray Dwarf is free. And a white shirt from the Adamant, that is very good utility. And there is a mage. I believe that was a red mage being swapped.
No, yeah, you're right. That's a red mage.
So no more knight. That's going to be a ninja black red. And the red gives more magic available. In fact, it looks like Ale's going to go back and pick up some magic.
Barrison, on the other hand, replaces one of the black wizards with that red mage. Clementidis replaced his ninja I think, maybe knight, with a black belt. A man after my own heart. That
we're gonna see a punch cannon.
That my former students would say I don't have.
Trans-spiders. I am not Danny. I rolled this seed. And they have sleep. Oh my word. They're not lethal. They're just really annoying. They don't.
Oh,
They
please,
don't
I've rolled
snare
some...
you in web. They just snare you in slumber and lethargy.
I've rolled some pretty awful stuff. Ambushing nuke ogres.
That was Windfox picking up the red mage in place of a black mage. So all of our runners seemingly picking up new party members. One thing to note with that black belt, this flag set has the edited MDef growth, with the black belt growing with 3 MDef per level and the master getting the normal 4 MDef per level of the black belt. So promoting to the master, or starting with the master that's pre-promoted, is actually better MDef growth.
And that is the crown for Ale.
Followed quickly by Saracen and Ale finding magic. There is Nuke and Fast at level 3. Nice to see them, but not so nice to see them on the same level.
Not so nice to see them at the same level.
The good news is they're both learnable by the Red, Black, and Ninja, so they will have a lot of casts available just across multiple party members. Meanwhile, Windfox is making our first Marsh dive, followed soon by Clementitas.
Are you Team Nevermarsh?
If it's incentivized and you don't have any other real good options, take it. We had a ribbon hint.
Fairy in a Bottle has the ribbon.
Well, that's a reason to go to Gaia.
Life 2 at level 4.
Is that red mage learnable, though? Because they aren't going to get that on the night.
I think it is. I think it's slot 1? Question mark?
It's slot 2. Ooh, Katana -2. It's still better than the Scimitar found in Marsh. But it's slot 2 at level 4, so not learnable by the red mage. I don't know if promotion gets access to that slot, though. Rubes in chat saying white mage only. You know, that sucks for our runners currently, because I don't see a white mage just yet. It'll get them the Oxyale, but no, the red mage gave the Oxyale. They'll get the bottle from the white mage.
That is TNT. That is TNT from Astos.
Another turn-in. You know, I like seeing all these turn-ins early when you're in the area. You don't have to bounce back and forth across the map. Sadly, they don't get anything experienced in gold gain by this, though, because those are gated by orbs.
That TNT is the cube.
Yeah, blast out this unusual glowing object, and ooh, Saracen resetting out of it, and then knows that they can come back for it.
So Silverleafs in chat asks if there are any fun flags today. At least a couple of our runners do have multi-instrumentalist Sarah on.
I rolled creeps with insta-death. Squint creeps, confirmed.
Nah, but creeps don't stick. But creeps don't stick around very long.
Yep, they're all around Marsh, so I don't mind.
They are all around Marsh. And all through Marsh. Here's the thing about Marsh. Something has rolled nasty. Thank you, Silverleafs, for the subscription with Prime. Use some of Bezos's money to support speed gaming.
Sadly, I do know with Prime, they changed how it was metered out. Previously, any Prime sub was worth $5 in metric, but they changed it recently, or relatively recently, so that Prime subs are gated by the value of the currency where they're at. So Prime subs from areas where the currency is weaker are worth less to the subscriber, or to the channel, but I mean, it's still basically free money. So thank you for supporting these great people at Speed Gaming.
Once again, I want to give a massive shout out to Mecklin89, who is our tracker. He's keeping notes. We're getting the tracker figured out. And I missed what that was in the Marsh incentive location?
Marsh was a thing. Marsh is bottle, which goes to Ribbon. Thank you, Mecklin. So the bottle from the White Mage is now just a moot point. We should point out, if it has been made clear, these initial items these runners are getting from their party members that they started with or recruiting are out of logic, so they will end up finding these items in logic in-game as basically
Eventually.
womp items.
And
They may not,
that is
but they probably will.
gaze and glare on the werewolves.
What am I, Oslotto? Evil wolves? Come on.
I mean, I've rolled Arsa Hags with Nuke before.
That just sounds fun.
First
Silver
turn
bracelets plus 1 in the shop. It's actually pretty affordable around 4.4K.
That's very affordable for excellent armor.
Excellent universal armor, which makes it even more
Yes.
valuable when you keep shuffling around your parties and your armor requirements. But Ale, our first runner heading towards Crescent, gonna see what the old men have. One of the fun flags is enabled. Confused old men. They will be walking around. There will be one you can get an item from, one you can get a hint from, and one you can put into non-existence.
Lies.
Also, Gaia has been taken to town by the vampire, and 23,000 gold bracelets.
You mean Crescent?
Crescent, yes.
And I call lies on that being a fun flag. I disagree with the characterization of confused old men as a fun flag. That is the ship.
That is access to the
How
outer
much
sea.
How much northern docks do we have on?
All of them, including the dock beneath the desert. I believe it was nicknamed, was the Luffy dock or the someone dock? I just remember one moment in a race where someone didn't remember the flag was on, and it was very confusing.
What about the river dock for Lefane?
Yes, no. We do not have the river dock, we just have the northern docks. So they still need the floater to get to Gaia and Lefane. And
Luffy
Ale
dock
going...
Yeah, Luffy dock is at Ryukon Desert.
Yes, we saw Saracen walking past it. Ale going for the volcano play, gonna check these trap tiles. Mummy, it's usually not that great. And possibly make a dive down, see if they can deal with Carry, but at this point, I don't think it's right to go towards Carry, because Carry in these flags, in fact, all the fiends in these flags can be ridiculously brutal with a 100 to 200% stat scaling. That's not just HP, that's their strength, their everything else. Ice armor, nice.
Ice armor and a Dargon armor -1.
I mean, that'll be more valuable for our runners who still have knights, but that is some sweet gear coming out of the armory.
Not great. Not a great Gurworm tile. I can see one other thing potentially for Clementitas to do if he makes a volcano dive, and that is to check the Agama tile. But that's just because with a black belt you want to check every spike tile, every encounter tile.
Most definitely, and every encounter tile except for the red dragon tile in Volcano is found or can be found on a safe grind location, meaning you don't have a risk of off-step encounters between each instance, with the Agama tile being literally encounter into encounter without even having to step off the relevant trap tiles, which is why it's so popular. Of course, it is very deep into Volcano, regardless, and you don't have any. There's a hint for the Oxyale.
Oxyale is in Sky. Sky provides.
Well, Sky is gating our sea shrine. That's interesting to see. Now I really feel like an Oslaughter seed has been rolled. But that would only be if, like, the chime is with the robot.
And there is Ale headed straight for that Agama tile.
Yep, as Saracen, his opponent, is going to Earth. I mean, they've got the rod.
Or not.
Maybe just going straight for the incentive item. All of the incentive locations in each of the dungeons is enabled. So Red Dragon has an incentive item, as does the Vampire's Footlocker. Clementinus, meanwhile, is going to Ice Cave.
Windfox also going deep into Volcano.
Well,
Ice is a good play. Ice is actually a very good play with the black belt. That's a defense sword.
that's also
Ice is actually really good. The reason Ice is a really good play with the black belt is you have 5 different fixed encounter tiles. So you have 5 different chances to get that eye, or if zombie D's rolled thin.
So those zombie Ds are on the Agama tile, and they are not safe. Ale has just wiped.
Oh.
Thunder zombie Ds on the Agama tile.
Ouch.
Yeah, that explains why
And
Ale didn't
Saracen
bother
finds the
checking
eye.
it.
Saracen finds the eye.
It's
in
Earth.
Earth.
Is it a Hall of Giants, or is it in one of the top? Oh, it's the... Yeah, that is the
Earth
level
elemental.
1... Yeah, you floor 1 in the bottom room, you can take that encounter as a safe encounter without having to go all the way down here. That is a huge find.
You know, if I see that as a if I see the eye tile on the Earth elemental, I do it right there where Saracen did it, right there on floor 3.
The thing with that is, since
That's a safe tile.
It is a safe tile, but A, he doesn't have the black belt to focus the grind on at the moment.
True.
And B, the gating for experience and gold growth is on the orbs, so you probably don't want to start grinding until you have 2 or even 3 orbs lit, because the rate at which you can level with that extra XP, it substantially is increased by waiting. We've seen races where it has been made up for bad. Oh, Carrie has Blaze.
Carrie.
Let's see if Nuke from Ale can deal with the counter damage. Meanwhile, Saracen taking our first Lich fight. Wow, Carrie didn't do much more than Blaze. Oh, never mind. Windfox finding damage poison. That's more than Blaze. Ale missed that.
And Saracen gets through a speed bump.
That's 2 orbs lit on screen. Ale and Saracen trading Earth for Fire, and Windfox, well, damage poison does enough to wipe them out of Volcano.
Oh. So if I'm Saracen, I know where if I'm Saracen, I know where a black belt is. I know where my grind is. I have an orb lit.
I like the idea, but I would assume Saracen was going to think of promotion, fight Bahamut, and then go ahead and pick up the black belt, because once you've fought Bahamut, they start with a free tail. If they promote by fighting Bahamut, when they pick up a party member, it will be promoted. That way it gets the it gets the levels of the character it replaces, and it will have the MDef growth of the master at 4 per level.
Right. I'm so used to running where master MDef growth is pants.
Yes, the fact that the black belt gets 4 and the master gets 1 is just silly. And wow, vanilla floater in ice. Clementinus dancing in the spot, no doubt. Does find the vanilla undead pack though. That's kind of annoying. But that Lit Axe doing some work as Saracen, our first runner into Waterfall, and Ale dropping into Ice as well. Now, did Windfox fail out of Volcano and is going to come back? I didn't catch if they made it all back to carry or not.
I think so. We'll see. We'll see when Windfox opens a menu though. That's Gas D. Gas D is a lot of XP.
Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it's a loose Gasty in Waterfalls, so you don't get a lot of them like you would in Topher. But it also didn't seem too thick, so a Topher 2 or Topher 3 grind could be a thing, or is it Topher 4? Either way, the loot plate floor.
Yeah. And hello, Out of Bounds Bat. I like, it's the little things. I love Out of Bounds Bat.
There's the Red Dragon on the Waterfall tile. That's actually a safe grind. And Obsidian, that is the Ruby.
That's another fun percent flag. That's actually fun.
We have that. We have the multi-instrumental Sarah, thus the alternate named Loot.
Okay,
so
funniest fun percent alternate name you've seen.
Honestly, I can't say I know. I haven't paid attention. I don't know all of them.
For me, the funniest fun percent rename I've seen was Vuvuzela for Loot.
That controversial, but I get it.
Oh, I hate that long walk out of Volcano.
Yeah. Saracen, unfortunately, that Ruby is kind of bait because Ale and Clementitis both gonna have the floater. They can get to Sarda without needing that. So Waterfall is a bit of a womp dive. It's getting Saracen some levels, but he does have to come back to on-rack once he's gone through Sky to get actually to the sea. And Ale in the air at 23.29 with the bottle, gonna pop it, gonna get that free ribbon.
And
checks level 7 lock 2.
I'm never gonna pass up a ribbon. Still no shop item.
Saw something about a floor 3, and that's a black mage. Probably not going to pick that up.
Windfox finds that eye.
Did a troll just one-touch a black belt, or was that just something special?
It was probably already, it was probably already weakened, I think.
Saracen, meanwhile, I forgot Saracen recruited the party member that had the Oxtails, so they don't have to go to Sky. They can single dive on rack, get that incentive item out of Mermaids, and, well, see what happens. This is the great thing about these recruitment items. They don't need to do the most logical thing. They can do things out of logic by just picking up a party member. And if they kick that party member to the curb, they keep the item.
Clementitas going and doing that volcano armory.
And Ale following in to Waterfall with that red mage. Ale also has the Oxy Ale. In fact, everyone with the red mage has it. So this makes more sense. On rack coming for the Waterfall, coming for the incentive item. It's the key. That is a huge find. That's access to one more incentive in Canaria Castle. Plus our late game end game of the loot and key have been acquired. Sadly, we will not be seeing any carbonated bubbles at this point.
Very disappointed. Chime may be our maybe in Ordeals.
That is totally possible. I did just see werewolves had something annoying. Not lethal, but annoying.
Werewolves had gaze and squint, or gaze and glare.
Chat pointing out that caravan shop item 52,000 for the chime.
Yowza.
That is a lot of gold in what has been a not-so-poverty seed if you checked a lot of boxes. Saracen has the gold for it, but Saracen going back in... Nope, gonna hotel up.
And Windfox pulling a speed bump.
A what now?
Speed bump.
A what now?
Never mind, it's gone.
Yeah, figures much. That is our third orb lit with 2 earth and 1 one fire.
So I will tell the folks in chat, if you are interested in the Final Fantasy I randomizer, you should join the Discord. We have what is called the Duckling program. The Duckling program is for newer runners. It is run by actually one of our runners in this race, Mr. Saracen, up on the upper right corner. It is where experienced runners will teach you and help you figure out how to beat them in races. It is designed for people who have not raced the who have not run the randomizer before or not raced the randomizer before, to teach you how to do all of the things that our runners are doing tonight.
It is a very fun and easy way to get started. I joined in on it the last Duckling Derby, and it was actually quite entertaining and actually quite competitive, which is fun because it's actually funner when you race with others. That's just the straight up fact.
It really is. As much fun as the randomizer is, and it is a lot of fun. It's more fun when you're racing it.
What's fun for now on stream is Saracen beelining to Kraken, defense sword on a party member, and multiple brat casts coming up. I can only assume he does have 3 party members that can nuke.
And Bane cast
So,
as well.
This will be interesting. Do we see meme strats or do we see just nuke? Doesn't have nuke on the ninja, has fade, has nuke, and has Bane. Ice 2 coming out.
Bane can still do an insta kill.
This is true.
So there's no reason not to.
94 damage and 134. This is a low roll fade and nuke. That is never fun. You gotta stick with Bane on the Black Mage. Does not want to just go for damage. That katana doing nothing to Kraken. 178. Well, Kraken does a 489. That's much more. We got swing, we've got nuke. No more playing it safe, no more playing for the memes. Red Mage takes 10 hits for 932. That fighter / knight doing nothing. It's just on the ground. This is going to be a wipe for Saracen unless Kraken does some miracle misses. Hold paralyzed. Kraken's just playing with its food. Sleep. There we go. Fire 2. He's just wasting time. Insult to injury.
Ouch.
That was what, 4 turns of Kraken just saying, "You don't do anything. You don't do anything. You don't do anything. Now you die."
That's 4 turns of Kraken using one of my old Magic the Gathering decks. No, I won't allow you to do anything.
At least it wasn't land destruction. Please tell me it wasn't land destruction.
No. Stasis.
You're the kind
Stasis
of person that makes me
boomerang.
like, yeah, these are the reasons why I have Cavern of Souls. You can't counter my creatures, you have to deal with them on board. Well, back to this game. Saracen fast rediving C. We've got the waterfall dive from Windfox, and Ale also traveling down towards Kraken. Looking to see 2 orbs lit for our topside runners, as some sandworms are being munched by Clementitas. looks like he's checking what's available on his way to Ordeals. We're going to see what is there. We know where the chime is. We have the key. What could be here? It could be our... Oh, we've got the ribbon. We've got the defense sword. Could it be the power bonk? That would be nice to see. Oh, the Gershark Big Eye pack had thunder. We didn't see that last time. I think we just saw stuff nuked. And Saracen threw with Kraken. The Kraken didn't get to play with his foods that time. That's 2 orbs lit for Saracen. Wait, did Saracen successfully bane Kraken? Did I miss that? As Saracen's heading to pick up the chime from the shop, and then we've got Clementitas on the floor of the pillars. Get your pillar in chat. Well, Pickles and Beer saying yes, it was Bane of the Kraken. Honestly, that's just fair turnaround. Is it Pillar 1? No, it's not Pillar 1. He's having to make his way through... Wait, down... He's just down. It's one of these. And Saracen, after picking up that chime and getting 2 orbs, is going to promote. This would be when you promote, go back, get the black belt, and go do your grind. Because you've got enough experience on your party, you'll have the promotion to get the master when you go pick him up. Also, we've got a Bloody and a Gasty on the right and left sides there to take the fight if Saracen wants to get more experience and wants to test those. But this is not an easy fight. This is a proper fiend-statted Bahamut, buffed Bahamut, with Swirl. Endgame elemental sweepers are very powerful.
Yes, they are.
As is the ability to bite for a lot of damage. CCCC, the red mage is down, and there's Tornado, yet another high-level elemental sweeper. That light axe is not going to do anything. Life 2 coming out with that free magic. The red mage immediately targeted, but the red mage has nuke, possibly going to get the job done. Meanwhile, Ale finishes Kraken, and boom, Bahamut down.
Has been terminated.
Both runners getting the job done with their respective fights. Now, did Ale go up and check for that chime? Yep, there you go. He's going to use the advantage of landing on the desert tile. This only works if the shop, or if the oasis is still here. If the caravan leaves after you purchase the shop item in vanilla, you can no longer land on that tile. It's just random things that you learn. Ooh, trying to park in Bahamut's door twice.
Oh, Sahags with rub.
You know, I saw the Arsahag said something fun, but nah. Ooh, Clementitas going straight for Pillar 4. Unfortunately... Wait, no. Fortunately, that was it.
Doing exactly what I thought he was going to do. Picking up that black belt. Now Saracen is going to I believe head straight to Earth Cave.
Yep,
without passing go or collecting $200.
Or gonna go to Provoca to pick up some gear, maybe? Oh, they're the squint crawls that I was talking about earlier, or creeps. Oh, Ale, this is a really risky fight, but it works out! Gets the solo kill with the red mage standing.
Picking up Cure 4 on that red mage.
Ah, that's some solid magic. Full health restock, houses being cheap. You want some tents or cabins if you're going to grind the black belt, but houses will do the job.
Not if you're grinding it off of the eye in Earth Cave that Saracen knows is there.
This is true. Saracen taking advantage of another safe tile. You mentioned the river tiles and the bottom floor tiles and like. The dock tiles are all safe tiles to walk on, so if you park at the end of the dock and then walk on those dock tiles rather than parking deep into the dock, you save a few steps.
flare on that shark.
Wow, sharks.
Ale is making a look. No, regular shark. Ale is making a look. I think Ale is looking for blue steak.
Man, looking for a grind if he hasn't seen the eye already or thinks he can find something better. But, yep, Saracen heading straight to Earth. And,
let me remind everyone, the best grind is the grind you find.
Well, there was a power bonk in Ice 6-pack, evidently. And the Aegis Shield from Ordeals is a loose item. What was our Ordeals item? That was the Adamant, which turns into the white shirt. So Ordeals was a
Adamant, which was a womp.
I mean, the white shirt is sweet to have, but it is an Adamant they already had. Ale checking the tiles in Astos' closet, finding a giant on the 2 tile. What is going to be on the 1 tile if Ale gets away? Yeah, it's Wizards, it's nothing. Ale gonna check these tiles. If he checks the top or bottom encounters, he will find that eye. Ale has not been to Earth, I believe. Ale went to Volcano and Sea.
I believe that is correct. Nothing in Hall of Giants.
They're coming back,
Saracen,
but Ale's gonna see it.
Saracen, meanwhile, going directly to that eye tile.
Yep, that bottom left side, you can just go up and down into the eye tile and have no off-tile encounters. Ale finds the eye, is going straight to pick up the black belt, doing exactly what Saracen did. So this is these runners are racing each other. They're on the same grind. They have the same number of orbs. One of them has finished Volcano while the other has finished Earth. And it actually kind of works out for Ale, since he'll be grinding in Earth. He can just go straight down and destroy a Lich post-grind without having to run around. If he doesn't want to revive party members.
I mean, why would you? It's less inputs.
Now, I just realized he got rid of the red mage because it was his one standing party member. So by doing that, he came in with an already one-shotting level 21, now level 22 black belt in the solo grind, where Saracen is stuck with the 2-man until that red mage goes down. So this is actually going to be faster leveling with the same number of orbs for Ale than for Saracen, although Saracen is going to get some levels on that red mage. Well, he's forcing it to be Dan now, but this is a slow process if the eye's not hitting hard.
Slow Dan. That is a very slow Dan. So, a question in chat: is there a way to look at a race by a commentator? We actually have someone doing the restream in Discord that we are watching that restream and commentating the restream as it happens. I think that's what you meant.
Technically, we are seeing it slightly before you all see it on stream, but we're synced up with the audio and the video that you get, so it's just that little difference.
And that red mage is danned for Saracen.
For anyone who does not know the terminology, danning simply means unliving one of the party members so it doesn't absorb experience. If a party member is down in vanilla and in the randomizer, unless told otherwise by a flag in the randomizer, it will not get experience. So you can take 3 party members, down them, and then all this experience from one eye is going straight to the one party member.
That comes from an old FF1 vanilla speedrunner who named his 4 characters. Whose 4 characters, one of them was named Dan, and that's what he did. He was nicknamed Dirt Nap Dan. Dan
never survives. There is other reasons to do that in the vanilla game. Not only because in the vanilla game you had to take party members, you could not have no party member in a slot. You also, by getting rid of a party member, reduce the amount of menuing, and throughout a game like this, menuing takes up a whole lot of time, as does like fanfare, where you have to give that experience and stats to the party members. So this solo grind takes a lot less than a party grind, even if it's just one turn, one hit, because you have less stuff on screen.
So, quick question. What was the other blessing the black belt had?
The black belt had protection from, or
Okay,
had equipped
that's
shields.
all I needed.
Equipped shields, that's it.
Yep. It wasn't plus hit. How high do you take this black belt?
You're going to go 42, because getting that 10 hits is what really matters. If you go 47 with MDef growth of 4, that is effective equivalent ribbon MDef, which they've already got the one incentive ribbon. You put that on your caster you keep up, or your primary caster, and you're good to go. Windfox, meanwhile, is going for the Kraken kill, is white shirting and fight healing. Not going to go for nuke strats, going to find that Kraken is really trolling.
Yeah, I think I go 47. I think I get the pseudo ribbon.
Given the fact that both of these runners need 2 orbs to be lit, and they're not even in go mode with item selection, 42 is totally go.
42 is
me,
go,
but
42 is good enough because you'll get the rest as you go through Sky, and the other dungeon you have to go through.
Yep.
And Topher.
Brack strats coming out from the Red Mage until the Red Mage dies. Now it's just swing a katana, swing what looks to be a dragon sword, and hope you survive with no extra party members to cast stuff. Dark, evidently. Thankfully we don't have improved Dark, so Kraken isn't reducing the hit chance of that knight to nothing. Katana gets a crit hit for 200 plus. Swing comes in. There you go, 143.
What is our war mech status?
It is a vanilla loose war mech just on the hull of Bridge Destiny. They can encounter it, they might not encounter it. We do not have a forced war mech or a loose walking war mech that actually you have to either force encounter going to Tia or in the floor beneath it.
Ale stops at 41. Saracen just hit 38, I believe. 36 or 38.
And Windfox is done with Kraken, so that is a Sea Orb lit. And is going to find that chime.
It was 36, because that was 37. You know, I actually don't agree with this play from Ale of reviving the rest of his party.
The casts are valuable, especially fast casts to double up the damage.
But
and the cure
lich.
casts. True. I
it's
honestly
lich.
just going after.
I can punch a lich and then revive my party.
You know, I totally understand that. I forgot Ale had Earth as their next dungeon, Saracen having to go back and deal with Carry. Is at level 40 and is leaving, gonna say I'll get those 2 extra levels, 8 hits for now is enough. And honestly, it probably is enough.
Honestly,
but those levels...
Carry, it is.
Yes, I mean... Yeah, with the levels that you've got, it also does affect the damage done. The calculation for damage done by punches is nothing to do with strength, it is all to do with levels. So each hit does more damage based on the level, and you get more hits based on different breakpoints at 22, 32, and 42, I believe. For 6, 8, and 10. Each hit also has a chance to trigger a crit.
I think it's 21, 32, and 42, but I could be wrong. That's the one I don't remember. I know 32 and 42.
I'm good with either of those because both of our runners are past it. And there's the key check in Canaria Castle is a Masa -2. You've got a Katana -2 and a Masa -2, so... I mean, that's good for Windfox's two melee, unless Windfox goes up and picks up the black belt, in which case the Masa could go on it until it's up to swing mode. Or punch mode.
It looks like that... No. Disregard. I thought that was what Windfox was doing, but I was wrong. Saracen going to go over and probably get that floater out of Ice Cave.
And go
be
wide,
kicking
and I go
himself.
here sooner. Meanwhile, Windfox, not going to Black Mage, is in the desert, going to Sky as Ale monsters that speed bump that was non-existent for other runners and is gone. Oops, Saracen, no, going back to to kill Carry.
Well, I will say I am a confirmed black belt. I am a confirmed pro black belt player. So I am a big fan of ice because of the 5 spike tiles, the 5 forced encounter tiles. That gives me 5 chances to find that eye. Because that eye is what you want. That is, as you saw from both Saracen and Ale, that is a lot of XP for an enemy that is pretty weak and is only really dangerous in the vanilla game because it has a script. That makes sense to all of you guys. Uh-oh. Sorry, I need to... I'm sorry, I am having some minor technical difficulties. There we go.
I think there's some background magic happening.
I was having some minor technical difficulties with getting with the commentary restream freezing on me.
No, I believe there was some background magic happening. Ale and Saracen are now on the right. Windfox and Clem are on the right side.
Excellent. And oh, that's actually a nice find in the desert for Ale, if Ale were going to then use that as a grind. And we have trackers now. Ale has all 4. Ale is actually in go mode. He has everything needed to complete the game. And is headed into Topher at 49.37.
Oh.
And there we go. We've got our background magic figured out. Windfox is headed up to take out a Tiamat. And meanwhile, Clementitas is down to try to get and gets a Bane off. Poison Smoke drops a Kraken.
Fast Kraken kill force Clementitas. Meanwhile, Ale threw the loot plate on into the past. Bridge of Destiny cleared for Windfox, so no War Mech on that side. Maybe we'll see it for Saracen.
That is a Purple Worms from Ale. Or Purple Worms on Ale's side. It is disappointing not to see a War Chicken.
Fast out on the Ninja, 200 damage. Fast out on the Knight after the swing. We're going to see White Shirt. We're going to see Brack Strats. 165, the fasted knight ninja not doing much damage, or at least the ninja, and 107. Yeah, this Tia is very thick scaled, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Ale, Punch, Bye, Goodbye Lich 2 didn't exist, just like the first, and gets that level 42 off that hit, so full 10 hits now available to Ale.
Which is what you want to make sure you have before you get to, at least before you get to Kraken 2, if not Carry 2.
Indeed, and oh my word, Ale is grinding the bridge of Destiny, trying to find that war mech. It looks
Saracen.
like, or sorry, Saracen. Ale, meanwhile, has eliminated the carry 2. I noticed a fasted black belt or master for Saracen did very short work of Tia, which Windfox is still trying to deal with, having rezzed up that black mage to get the Brat cast. So that's the kill for Windfox.
And Ale Ale headed to Kraken 2. Kraken 2 is an awful, awful fight. And Saracen finds that war chicken.
Kraken 2 gets the blaze off, doesn't take anyone down, as the war chicken takes 606. Didn't get the fast off, so that was only 7 hits, but this war mech's probably not going to survive too many hits more. There you go. Kraken 2 is down for Ale. Saracen done with the war mech. That's a huge chunk of experience for all the other party members that aren't the master for Saracen, which is the real reason he went for that. He doesn't really need the gold. He just wants the experience for the rest of his party to be safe in Topher.
Yeah. You cannot overestimate Topher safety.
Fast coming out, followed by a temper on that black belt. Lit 2, the most common spell in the Topher pool, has been used. Oh wow, 1300 and some odd. That was a very thin Tia. They can only roll 100 to 200%, but that was pretty dang close to 100% compared to other possibilities.
Yeah, that is 900 to 1800 is the HP pool for that Tia 2.
We have Chaos. Chaos limp-wristed, 79 damage versus the Black Belt's 900. This could be a 3,000 plus hit point Chaos, though. Here comes another swing, 10 hits for 1,100 ink. That's a nothing turn for Chaos.
That is a nothing burger.
Double temper coming out. Swing, swing, wait. Swirl, that's actual damage. That takes out 2 of the 3 party members that don't
Not
be
the
needed,
one that
but
matters. And
exactly.
there we go. That is Ale. Ale wins the race on the left side with an official racetime.gg time of 54:02.
GG's
out in
Ale.
chat.
That is not it for the race, though. Windfox still grinding, still wants to get the win. This is upper brackets for him, so he's still got life in this tournament, even if he's lost this match against Ale. Meanwhile, Saracen racing Clementidis.
No. It's Ale and Saracen. GG to you, Ale.
They switched it around.
We did manage to switch it around. GG to you, Ale.
Hey, thanks, PM.
That eye. You found that eye and immediately went back to get that black belt.
Yeah, so I'm a fan of doing the promotion. If I don't start with a black belt, because of the +3/+4 MDef growth, I'm a fan of hitting promotion before picking up the master /black belt. Just because I don't want to have that lower MDef and take a nasty, insta kill or something it's over. So I've decided that whichever character, if any, was left standing after I killed Bahamut, that was the character that was going to get replaced. It just happened to be the red mage who dinged 21. So I was like, all right, well, we're going to see where we can get levels at for this guy. So did all the desert checks, all the lock checks, and stumbled across the eye at the last spot I was probably going to check. And was pretty happy to see it there.
I was thinking Saracen had an advantage on you because Saracen found that eye well earlier.
Yeah, it's one of those things with black belts. Like the earlier you can find, identify, and do your grind, usually the better advantage you have. Just because it literally snowballs the entire seed, right? Like fiend fights get faster. Um, all the lower tier enemies will typically morale break if you throw the black belt in the front. So it's definitely an advantage to do it sooner than later.
You ended up getting the advantage because you didn't have to dan the character.
I
But
think that
unfortunately,
and
Saracen did.
yeah, I think that, and then talking with Saracen in the race room after he finishes. Spoiler, he's going to finish. Um, I think one of the other biggest differences was just the routing, like me having that airship and being able to quickly hit areas where he's got to sail around and navigate the world. I think that was a big offset in the race that kind of counteracted my wipes in Volcano and Sea.
No, that's definitely, never underestimate the benefit of not having to deal with encounters on the sea. Meanwhile, Saracen gets through. Slow off the rock balls. Saracen is through Kraken 2 and heading to Tia 2. And this is probably going to be a pretty quick. This is probably going to be pretty quick. That fast gets off, and there was a Tia 2 there?
The black belt / master proving to be the definitive weapon of choice with this with this seed. Ooh, ogres with cremate, I believe that was. Did we see those before? Because they're annoying.
That is mildly annoying. And Saracen getting ready to pull Chaos. And that's a Chaos. Fast onto the black belt. And that's really the relevant. That's pretty much the relevant thing that's happening here. Is fast going on the black belt, and we're getting some nukes and Cure 4 onto the black belt, or master, sorry. But punch cannon, the black belt casts punch. It's super effective.
Nuke gets the final damage.
Saracen with a get your GGs out in chat for Saracen with an official racetime.gg time of 58:40.
Windfox and Clementinus, meanwhile, both in Volcano, both picking up the defense sword out of the red D chest, dealing with the Thunder zombie dragons. That was fun to find.
Oh yeah.
And on to carry, thankfully with more levels.
GG to you, Duckling Don Saracen.
Hey, GG, buddy.
GG Ale, well fought. I kind of felt cooked as soon as I had the wipe and see, and then, never seeing a floater, but I was just going to give it my all.
Vanilla floater.
Yeah, heck ice. I wasn't going to go to ice. I was in go mode so fast compared to what I expected.
Oh god. See, if I'm going black belt, I'm always checking ice because 5 different encounter tiles.
So, my thoughts on that. First off, is I should have skipped Waterfall until after C, which, in retrospect, kind of dumb of me. But ABCD, always be clear in dungeon. It's the Apathy Duck special. And it is 100% true in these flags. I did Earth. I peeked the spike tile on the vampire floor, and I'm like, it's the eye. Okay, cool. I know where I'm grinding. And then I'm like, well, I need at least 2 orbs before I take a grind. I'm going to go do C. And then I find the key and the shop item chime. And I'm like, I'm in go. I just need to grab the black belt and I have the cube because then I don't have to go into dwarves. And I wanted the black belt anyway. So I go do the grind after that with a, promotion on the way. And I'm like, what sucks here is I lost like 2 or 3 minutes on the sea dive where I wiped because Bane wouldn't land, and then I ran out of damage. And, that's probably me getting cooked right here, but, Ale having the floater probably sped up the overworld so significantly.
There were definitely some not so fun encounters in the sea.
And Ale, the other one was that Ale did his grind on his way down to ledge.
I can appreciate that. I don't know, how many orbs did you have at that point, Ale?
I had done 2. I had lit carry. So I wiped in there on the defense sword box because I got to the defense sword. Thought, oh, easy peasy. I'll throw this on the ninja. It'll just eat hits. And then the zombie dragons are like, but have you heard of the thunder? And I was like, oh no, not like this. So I went back and just skipped the defense sword. Went back for carry. Did ice, did the airship. Had the water orb lit. And at that point in time, I was basically in go, same as you with the key items and everything. So I promoted. Solo Red Mage got out of the Bahamut fight. I decided, let me check for all these grinds that I could do. So I checked the overworld, checked key locked. Last place I checked was Earth, found the eye, and then did the grind there after picking up the black belt.
That eye had under 125 hit points.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
And it was only punches.
Yeah. Saracen, probably one of the big differentiating factors is Ale didn't see damage poison from carry. So Ale was able to, even if Ale wiped in the first encounter or died with the zombie DC, he was able to clean up carry.
I don't think I saw anything from carry. I did see the damage poison, but it was kind of a whatever because the black belt just punched harder. Alright. It didn't matter. I had life 2 from the night still to bring the black wizard back up and, house, leave, go to sky.
I mean, black belt cast punch. It's super effective.
Yeah. I did find it really funny that I was very reflexively hitting the resets when I saw encounters, but I did it twice to T-Rexes. And then I was like, well, crap. Now I actually have to find something to get to 42. Because I stopped my eye grind at 40. And if I had just taken the T-Rex on the way in, I probably wouldn't have had to have taken the Warmech that I fished out 3 encounters into the bridge.
We were thankful that you did. Warmech kills are always welcome.
We do love watching a robot chicken go down. Meanwhile, Windfox into Topher at about 1 hour on the button.
And Clementitas just threw the speed bump on their way to Toph to get into the past. And I noticed less derp on Clementitas' screen. Did we see much map derp this time around?
You saw it from me.
Thank you, Saracen. Thank you, Ale.
Googly eyes, best eyes. I mean, come on. It's how you're feeling when you dive into Topher.
I would love a map derp unleash where we have eyes on every location.
I would kind
Maybe
of
not every location, but at least all of the at least the ones that you can, like ordeals.
All the castles and the dungeon entrances.
I kind of want Topher Cool
dungeon
to show up in this, where you get the sunglasses on Topher.
I need to start playing with that flag. I didn't know that flag existed.
It is a fantastic flag. It makes me happy every time.
So, once again, a giant shout out to Mechlin89, our tracker, who has been keeping up with all 4 of these runners. Awesome job. Once again, I will plug the Duckling program that Saracen is in charge of. For people who are new to running randomizers in general, or specifically the FF1 randomizer, or racing the FF1 randomizer, because people like Saracen and Ale will teach you how to beat them.
It's true.
100%.
Clementitas is making a pretty big run on catching up to Windfox here.
Yes, he is.
That black belt making a difference for the speed at which you can get through these encounters.
It was so hard to think through the reality that I probably should have replaced the knight instead of the ninja. But man, the life 2 was just the safety blanket I want.
Understandably so, and it looks like that black belt's actually not leveled up highly, so it's not actually doing much to get through, sadly.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm terribly surprised about that. Clementitas is not really a black belt enthusiast. He kind of lives that solo thief life a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that. But the black belt
I
did
can
come with the cube, so...
I can respect that, even if I don't necessarily agree with it.
Ninja Red Wizard best 2-man. Well, back
You
to
don't
the...
see the expression of on my face.
Well, Saracen, you got the win. That puts you in
No, I didn't.
Ale, you
got
got
the win.
Okay, Saracen, you got the win in the fact you gotta wait way longer for more people to race before you have a chance to race someone else. Ale got the win to stay in the upper brackets.
And I might have to wait a while too, because
Yeah, it
The,
ain't exactly clear yet.
yeah, we got at least 1, 2. Let's see, 1, 2, probably 3 races on the uppers before I know who my opponent is.
Yep.
Saracen's got more than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
I
waiting a while.
I will say, Saracen, I very much appreciate watching your routing through all of those dungeons, though. It was pretty much step perfect routing for.
Bane
I
from
knew where
Kraken.
I messed up.
Bane from Kraken 2, Windfox has been bounced.
Ouch.
Wait, Kraken 2 did things? Like it had actions? What is
Yeah.
this?
When you don't have a maxed out 10-hit black belt, yes, it does.
Yeah, I
Yet
got
another
like
reason.
the best turn order. Fast into punch? What is this?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yet another reason why black belt strats are best strats.
Speaking of, Windfox bailing out and heading towards... or opting not to. Interesting. It looked like they were going to go get the black belt.
If he's not going to get the black belt, he should reset to get back to Topher.
Does Windfox think the black belt is somewhere else, or is he's not going to get the black belt, he's just going to go and... I guess he's just going to go and get the ship, then go and get it, because did he not get the floater out of ice?
Mm-mm. That's what he was looking for. I think he misremembered where he had parked his boat.
Yeah.
I parked
Windfox
at the river dock.
Windfox doing something.
Maybe picking
Maybe
up
looking
magic
for
on
those-
the ninja?
Possible? Gonna get some armor, I guess, because he didn't have it. Although those gold bracelets were in Crescent, I think, for like 50-something K.
Yeah, the pro
Yes,
rings
but
are in Crescent too.
The silver bracelet is extremely affordable.
And it's way better than that cloth plus 2. Honestly, gear-wise, Windfox is not that far off great. Meanwhile,
And
2-man
Clementitas-
with the defense sword and the punch. Will the punch land for effect? Power bonk to go with it for that knight. The knight really going to be the carry there. 1-man there.
You know, in retrospect, the other thing I should have skipped out on, like reset out of, was that bottle in Marsh.
Nuclear out of Tia 2.
And the scales are thick, so that Masa's doing practically nothing. Up there's a crit. So Clementitas is through, nuclear or otherwise, and has Cure 4 in multiple charges, has the defense sword and the power bonk. Gonna use the life cast though to bring up one of the mages.
Well, I mean, I understand that play.
And
Ink black belt.
extra meat shield.
Yeah, ablative black belt. Which hurts my heart to see.
It does have a white shirt to give it some effect, and it's just not yoked, so it's being used for its other purpose, being a very thick, meaty boy. An absorbent, thick, meaty boy. Temper's coming out, Powerbunk's coming out, has a white shirt cast, Ink doing nothing. This Chaos did not really do much when you guys fought it, am I correct?
I mean, he only lasted like 2 or 3 rounds.
Fair enough.
I mean, I suspect it's going to last more rounds with Clementitas and Windfox.
Yeah, and this white shirt cast, 2 white shirt casts plus 2 defense swords is full stacks of evasion. Cure 4 coming out to bring that master up all the way. Gonna continue white shirting for evasion for the rest of the party. Temper coming out. Did they fast already?
Yes. Fasted on round 1.
Excellent.
5 for 783. That's not bad.
That is acceptable alternative to punch cannon damage. New high rolls as well, 300 plus, and wow, 200 plus on that punch. So this is actually good damage in, and there's a GG for Clementitas with a race time GG time of 1:12:34. Followed by a reasonable forfeit by their opponent, Windfox.
So let's see if we can. Let's see if they're coming into chat. They're coming into the booth.
Windfox has opted out for the interviews. GG's, we get it. Have a good evening, Windfox. Good race.
GG to all our runners. We are.
Clemson setup. He'll be here.
Here we go.
For everyone who is not aware, feel free to stay around. We have another race coming up after this, but for now, Clementitas, GG's.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you.
GG, buddy.
Thank you. How'd the race go?
GG, Clem.
Thank you.
So, what did you think when you realized you were pretty go mode-ish rather early?
Oh, I actually didn't think anything. I just kind of went with the flow and just kind of went with what was presented to me.
Did you encounter anything horrible of note? There were some creeps or some very trolly spiders among them.
Yeah, but I don't think I really wiped to anything, so like I don't think I really had like any major hurdles or like you said, like the spiders that like had those elements. I was able to just reset out, but I didn't really have any time losses per se.
Very well played, getting the job done without relying on the punch cannon. You picked him up, but he wasn't the primary.
I picked them up for the key item, but I think that was kind of redundant because I think I turned in what. Sorry, let me take a look at my notes.
The
black belt turned into the cube. Yeah, and I think I kind of turned that in redundantly, but I think I may have reset it out of that to save some time. But it looks like the other 2 members that played this seed, I'm going to assume they rolled with the black belt and just kind of punch nuked the way through Topher. What'd they do?
Yeah, pretty much. There was an eye on the first floor of Earth with like 120 hit points.
Oh, wow. Okay. Damn, I would have taken that if I'd known, but I think I took like Earth like 3rd orb maybe. But no, I didn't encounter the eye tile.
Which, I mean, that's even in these flags, that's one of the best places to pick it up. To pick up where you're going to find the eye.
Yeah, I just didn't really think about it. Like, with the knight and my mages being pretty decent, I just went with the walk and grind for the most part. Like, I think like when my knight went down to solo and waterfall, I tried to like make the red dragons work, but he was just too evasive, and it was just kind of a time loss on that point.
Fair.
Well, anyways, huh?
I mean, these seem to be flags that are set up decently for me because they seem to be very black belt friendly flags.
This is probably only my 5th or 6th flag that I played, but I only really made black belt work once, and I just wasn't really trying to gamble with that this time around. Like, I had some pretty decent gear going into it. Like, I think the early Sun Sword was like a really good boon, and that was able to get me through most of what I needed, especially when I went down to like the solo knight. But I'm going to assume you guys took the Tyro grind off the hard reset in the desert. No. You guys said you guys took the eye grind. My bad.
Yeah, I saw the eye on the way to fight Lich, because I stopped on 3rd floor right before the vampire. Saw it at that spike tile. I was like, oh well, gonna be back here eventually.
Did you guys dan off your other party members before you guys took that grind, or how'd that play out?
I dropped 2 of them at Bahamut.
Oh no, I didn't even bother with Bahamut. Like, it was kind of tempting, but I decided against it.
Well, you kind of have to do Bahamut before you go do your grind, or otherwise you don't get all the MDEP, because it's on the +3/+4 setting.
Oh, yeah, I didn't take note of that, so oops.
Ale ended up getting all but the red mage down, coming out of Kraken, promoted, and ended up just swapping the red mage out for the black or for the master. It worked out quite well route wise. Well, with that,
right on.
How about we get to final thoughts, starting with our winner on stream for race 1, Ale.
Just thanks, crew, commentary, yourself, Fabian, DM Stewart, Mecklin on the back end. GG, Saracen, it's always fun to race you. You're always, you're in charge of the Ducks for a reason. And you're always a strong opponent, and I look forward to hopefully matching you again, in the finals. That'll be fun.
Saracen, response?
I mean, that would be pretty neat, but there's no easy path, right? Like, we knew this getting into this race. Like, it's not a sure thing for me to even get to you, and then you getting to me through Budge. In particular, I always think of Budge as a very strong runner. And then, who are we looking at on the far side of the bracket for you? Still in contention, Fryteeth, Chanigan, Mecklin, Phoenix, and Wildem. I am very familiar with 4 of those runners, and every one of them scares me, right? So, there's no easy path for the upper bracket. There's no easy path through the lower bracket as we get further on. But yeah, maybe we do see each other again. Or are you coming to the live event? It's only a month away.
Probably not, but we'll see.
Well, you should, because that's a great place to also run into me in a tournament bracket. So I know Chanigan, Danny, Fizzle, Dark Moon, a bunch of people are coming in for the live event as well. And that's October 3rd through the 6th in Herndon, Virginia. That's a good time. If you have the ability to do that, it is an excellent event. Anyway, thank you to the crew. I appreciate all of you jumping in, doing the thing. And I know that 4-person racing is super hard to do. It's just, there's so many places for your eyes to be, and do you even have enough mouth time for all of the things that you see?
Huge respect for Meckland, our tracker, soloing this entire event. Thank you, chat, as well, for chiming in.
Thank you to Speed Gaming for, as usual, putting on the event. I mean, we put it on, but it's their thing. And GG's to the other side of the fence as well, Winfox, Clementitas. This was an interesting seed, and I think that these flags are interesting. I appreciate you, Ale. These are excellent flags. The fact that I come into the race smiling when I'm at party select, even though I don't get to select, but just that I'm smiling because I'm like, yeah, all right, here's what I'm going to start doing for my game plan before I even get onto the overworld. Makes me very happy. So anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to let you guys finish this out.
Final thoughts for Clementitas, Clementitas, winner of race on right side.
Well, first and foremost, I wanted to thank you, Fabian, and DM Stewart for setting this up. And I also want to thank Windfox for this race. I'm sorry it didn't work out, but I really had a fun time with it, and I really hope to race with him more often. Elle and Saracen, congratulations on your race. I can't wait to see what comes of it, and I just want to appreciate Speed Gaming Live for hosting us as well. As far as the live action event goes, I'm about 40% ongoing, and I kind of really want to go, but maybe next year if nothing else. Regardless, thank you all so much, and I hope you all have a nice evening.
GG's. My good friend, DM Stewart, final thoughts on comms.
This was a great race. This is a really close race on both sides, really. Lots of fun to commentate, lots of fun to watch. There's little fun things like insta-kill werewolves and insta-kill things on the Say Hags, and
I personally love the troll spiders.
Yes, troll spiders. Not like nuke troll spiders, just annoyance troll spiders. All kind of fun. It's always a blast. Thank you, Ale, Saracen, Clementitas, and Winfox for letting us talk and letting us sound like we know what we're talking about. Massive thank you to Mecklin. Awesome job. It is. I have enough trouble trying to track 2 racers, let alone all 4. And I have got a cat that is demanding my attention, so I will toss it back to you, Tavion, for your final thoughts and to wrap things up.
Thank you, DM Stewart. As ever, great to work with you. Huge thanks to Mecklin, and huge thanks to our runners, Ale, Saracen, Clementitas, and Winfox. All y'all on Speed Gaming, don't forget, we have a race following this one pretty much immediately after. We have Odoron versus Razor 1. Yet more FFR on this channel in mere minutes from now. For now, we will close it out for the Final Fantasy Randomizer tournament for Speed Gaming Live 2024 on this double header. Stay tuned. Good night.